All right, so you don't want to pass a budget showing big deficits in election year, then pass a budget measure that doesn't show big deficits in election year. That is exactly what House Democrats are said to be considering right now. It sounds too crazy for words. I'm no expert on this, but my next guest is. He's Republican Congressman John Campbell. Says the plan is outrageous, and I guess it's true. They are really looking at doing this. Can they do that?
Well, kind of no, but what they're looking at doing, do you remember during the health care debate, there was talk that they were going to deem the health care bill passed. Right. Remember that? Right. And they were going to deem it passed because
that a yay vote was inferred.
Correct. They wanted it to become law, but nobody wanted to vote for it, which is why they're talking about that. Same thing here. You either pass a budget or you don't. Now they're calling it John Spratt, the chairman of the budget committee, is calling it an alternative budget. There's no such thing as an alternative budget. You either pass a budget or you don't. So what they're talking about doing is deeming it, is deeming the budget to be so, simply for this year or maybe.
Well, what are they saying is so?
What they're saying, they want to spend money. And you can't, under the laws that exist, spend money without a budget. So you have to set a parameter.
That's called lying.
Well, I'll let you use whatever term you want, but they're talking about deeming this to say, all right, this is the amount of money we're going to spend. We're going to deem that this budget exists, and therefore we can then pass spending bills to that amount. And that's what they're talking about doing. And it's garbage. You're right. Pass budget. We have passed a budget in the House every year since 1974.
Are stupid though. I mean, this is not.
Well, that's why I think they're saying this is an alternative. They're trying to use different language. They're trying to say, no, it's not a pig, it's actually a swan.
Yeah, but Congress, in an alternative universe, I'd be 2010. And the reality is not. Now, we tried to get 50 different Democratic congressmen to come on and talk about this. All refused. So that immediately makes me think something is amiss here.
Right.
But is it your sense you're getting from the opposition that they would rather push a facade like this than not even take it up at all? That it's worth the political suicide?
Yes, they have a dilemma. They want to spend money. Most of them want to spend more money.
But a lot of them want to get reelected.
But they want to get reelected, and they don't want to vote for it.
Who would they be holding to? The leadership that's on a kamikaze mission, or themselves?
Well, that's a little bit of the debate going on in the Democratic Party right now.
Well, what are you hearing?
Well, some of them are saying to their leadership, I'm going to go on a kamikaze mission for you. You're not going to lose your seat, but I'll lose mine. Some of the Democrats in more difficult seats are saying that to their leadership now. So there's some pushback on some of this, but that's why they're having trouble passing spending bills right now, even though they want to spend more money. But there's a lot of them that don't want to vote for more debt and deficit this close to an election. So that's why they're deeming this budget. It's a way to spend the money without having to vote for it. But you're right.
The whole
American
thing,
people,
they dropped that after there was some coverage of it. They decided, we deem this to be a non-starter.
And I hope
so they moved on.
They did, and hopefully they'll realize this is the same conundrum they're putting themselves in. As you said, the American people are not stupid, and they will know when money gets spent that somehow there was some kind of a budget. But when people say none of us voted for it,
and they're sensing, look, there'll be a big tumult in November,
right,
and we ought to spend while the spending's good, and do all this while the doing's good.
There's absolutely an element of the Democratic Party that believes, well, everyone believes they're going to lose seats.
Is this element of the party drunk? Do they have any sense of reality?
This is simply what they want to do. They believe what they're doing is right.
So they go out on principle, then?
Correct. They go out on. They know they're going to lose seats. Everyone. Everyone agrees they're going to lose seats. The whole question is, in the House, do they lose 39, and in the Senate, do they lose 10?
Will they lose 39 in your House
to get a majority? Sorry.
Will they lose 39 in the House?
If the election were held today, I believe they would. Okay. But the election's 4.5 months away, so we'll see.
All right, Congressman, thank you very much. You're looking live, meanwhile, at federal court in New York City. We're